times. This guy is mad. He's not human.
What's up? I like scary. We are back. I hope you all having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So, you all, today I want to talk about the news. Kind of talk about a little bit more of the news we got yesterday about them throwing it up in the air about a Scream reboot, like a full reboot, starting from the beginning, and a possibility that they can do to save Scream 7. But before we get started, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps. So, to get into it yesterday, we kind of found out some news about more details with Jenna Ortega, pay issues, and Melissa Barrera's situation, and Spyglass, their head of Spyglass kind of saying they don't care if they lose Neve or Jenna. It's just crazy. But to get into something, we found out that they were talking about doing a Scream reboot or something. I don't think it'll happen, but just the fact that it was brought up is insane. Now, Scream is one of the franchises that has never did this full reboot thing. And I think it should stay like that just off the fact Scream is just done off legacy, if that makes sense, like OG and connections and just things in the background and family ties and all that craziness. I just think that's what Scream is, and that's why people love it because, when you get those reveals, it's always someone sometimes it's not, just a random person that's Ghostface with a crazy motive. And, to get into it, I think the reason it won't work with a reboot is because we have too many big faces that we remember since we started watching Scream. And, like Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, Neve Campbell, Hayden, just, all these big names. I think we're going to never be able to unsee them in a franchise, Courtney Cox. So if you do, that remake route similar to like, Rob Zombie, how he brought in Scout Taylor Compton as Lori and, Danielle Harris as Annie, in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, I know Danielle Harris is not Annie and this is not Laurie Strode. Which, some people don't like Rob Zombie's Halloween. I do. I love the first one. But I'm just saying, just with a Scream movie, that formula won't work. You can't have anyone just play Neve or someone play Stu or Billy. I mean, you got fan films out there that do it all the time, but that's a fan film. I'm talking real, legit film. I just personally think it won't work. Even if they try to do something where they don't even incorporate a Stu Macher or a Neve, which that will really kill it, to kill the franchise. They try to do this film and don't even have like a Stu Macher name in there, or you know what I'm saying? It's mind blowing, to be honest, that they're bringing that up, just a reboot off the fact that Melissa got fired. It's like you did it to yourself, to be honest. It's like now you're scrambling over the places, everything is tangled, all ideas are tangled, and now you're trying to go to the easy route where you can just simply remake Scream. I'm gonna just tell you, man, it's just not going to work for a number of reasons. Another thing, how Scream 6 had Scream 6 in the logo and the title, and then in Scream 5, it was just called like Scream for real. I remember a lot of people were thinking that was like kind of like a reboot for real. It was lightly like, Scream 5 was like a light. It wasn't even a reboot, but it felt like one a little bit. Just a little bit, Stu Macher house and everything. So I just think it's not going to work simply just off a lot of major points, what I just named, with the characters, the legacy, the story. It's just, Scream is just so big now with just being based off characters and just the story. And another reason I want to say this, that you can't do that reboot, is just because Scream is probably the most consistent franchise, bro. Like, it doesn't have all them crazy timelines, like Halloween and stuff. I love Halloween, but I'm just being honest here. Scream is the most consistent. Neve finally missed her first Scream film, with Scream 6. She's always in Scream, but now she's missed it, possibly going to miss 7. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm hoping that the OG cast comes back because it'll save the day. But, yeah, I think the reboot thing, I don't know if they're even going to do it. It was just brought up. It's not confirmed or none, but I'm just saying they should stay away from that. That will kill the franchise. I'm sorry to say it, but it really would. It's going to be a flop, in my opinion. I don't know. But to get into this theory that I've been thinking about, um, So a lot of us want Stu Macher back, right? A lot of us do. You know, Stu train and everything. Everyone's up on that, and they want to have Stu Macher back, Matthew Lillard. And we just seen Five Nights at Freddy's, and you know this is nothing spoiler because you kind of know William Afton was the bad guy through the trailer. Matthew Lillard, you know, at the end of the reveal, he takes the the head off the animatronic, kind of is mocking Stu Macher, and he wipes the blade. Kind of, I think it was like, a shot at the Scream franchise, like, like I want to be back in it. Y'all need Stu, bring me back. That's how I felt. I feel like he was really just pointing that blade, like, come on, hit me up. I'm ready to get back into Scream. But seriously, say if they don't want to do the Matthew Lillard thing and Stu Macher, and they don't want to bring him back just off of purposes, just they think it just don't make sense. Personally, I think they could. A TV to the head, I think he could survive that. That's just me, but I don't want to start that talk. But what if the whole time, you know how we were talking about the Ghostface cult and the leader and stuff like that? Remember Amber saying, no, I was radicalized. All of that just making sense to it being a cult. The Reddit thing and everything with Richie. It was just like it felt like cultish, right? So what if the whole time, you guys, and it will make sense for multiple reasons, Stu's sister, Leslie Macher, is behind everything in honor of her brother's legacy, in honor of her son who died in Scream 5, Vince, you guys. And I think when you sit here and think about it, it definitely makes sense. She lost a son and a brother, so it's almost like you took my family from me due to this Ghostface shit. So she definitely has a motive. She lost her child to it, and she lost her brother. I think that can be a crazy motive. Like, I feel if I seen that in theaters, I'll lose my shit. And I'm still sticking to the cast member to play Leslie Macher being Elizabeth Moss, man, from Invisible Man, and Jordan Peele's Us. I think she just, man, it's something about her. But just could you picture that? Neve has her kids. Oh my God, like Neve has her kids, right? Mark Kincaid, they're married, living their life. They hear about Courtney Cox, go visit her, who knows? Carpenter sisters are kind of out the situation now, still existing in 5 and 6 timeline. All the timelines are still together at this point. Nothing's broken off. And what if Leslie Macher kind of bumps into like Neve's kids or something? I don't know how old they will be, but or just something like, I'm your aunt. I'm your Aunt Leslie. Ask Neve about me, or I'm your Aunt Leslie Macher. Ask your mom Neve about me. She knows who I am. And then maybe her kids like, hey mom, do we have an aunt named Leslie Macher? And then Neve was like, I'm just playing around, guys. And she's like, what was the Leslie Macher? And they start doing research and shit. And yes, bro, it could be crazy. And the whole time she can explain like a back lane of what happened. Maybe she was the one who killed Dewey. Maybe it was something like that. Because you remember Amber's, I was radicalized. Maybe they were just, sometimes Leslie Macher stepped in and out. I don't know. Remember they said Quinn was the one who was chasing Gail in an apartment. Stuff just didn't match up. I'm just saying, even without that, the back lane, just having Leslie Macher present in Scream 7. And it also will make sense because Billy Loomis just got his little family bloodline tied with his daughter, Sam. So now it's time for Stu Macher, even though he's no longer with us, but it's still in that lane with like family ties because now his sister is like the new Stu Macher, but she's a female and she's just lonely. I think that will be crazy. I think that will absolutely be crazy. And it'll kind of tie into Scream 3 with the sibling stuff, just because this is technically like the Scream 3 of the little trilogy we got going, with Roman and Neve. So it's like Stu Macher's sibling, and it would all just make sense. I think that'll be safe, very safe to do that. And I think a lot of people would go see that, knowing that that's the lane or in direction they're going in, man. I think that will be a safe way, seriously. But I know a lot of people are kind of against Spyglass, and I get it. It's a messed up situation for sure. But I'm just trying to be positive and save us, man. Scream 7, bro. We got to see that. So, yeah, guys, comment down below what you all think about, that theory and everything with the crazy news with the reboot possibly being in the air. Let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, it's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit me on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY _ on TikTok, Brent on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter. And yeah, you guys, right there where it says subscribe. Next to it, click join to become a member of the channel. And yeah, you guys, I want you to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace. Until next time.